At any time this morning, we could find out if the man who died in a police shootout in Dulce yesterday is the same man who police say shot at them last week and took off into the mountains. State police say just before 8 yesterday morning, a man who looks like Rex Sherwood broke into the 64 Express gas station here. When police got there, they say the man started shooting at them and police shot back. When it was all said and done, the man was dead. His gas station, as you just saw, looked like a war zone.
When we passed through, the windows were busted, they were shot up, and then the door as well.
So now police are trying to find out if the man who died is indeed Sherwood, and if they killed him or if he shot and killed himself. Also, they do have part of Highway 64 shut down in Dulce. That could last for at least a few more hours this morning. Police have been looking for Rex Sherwood since last Tuesday after they say he shot at officers who pulled him over near Dulce.
This morning, police continue to investigate what led to an attempted murder-suicide in northern New Mexico. Police in Las Vegas say Barney Vigil shot 2 people and then shot and killed himself early yesterday morning. They say one of the victims is Jared Isbell. He is in the hospital in stable condition right now. Another victim was Vigil's wife, Nadine Vigil. Cops say Vigil shot his wife in the hand. She was treated and released from the hospital. An Albuquerque man is in jail this morning accused of raping and torturing a woman. 35-year-old Victor Gonzalez is charged with rape and kidnapping. Police say he held a woman captive for days. They say he repeatedly tortured her inside his southeast Albuquerque apartment. The woman claims he picked her up on Central after her car broke down. She was able to escape on Friday, but Gonzalez told a judge the sex was consensual. He's in jail on a no bond hold.
This morning, the 2 people charged with murdering 2 young mothers in Albuquerque earlier this year are still in jail. It was breaking news that we told you about Friday morning when Alfonso Thompson and Shalaka Booker got arrested in this case. This weekend, Thompson faced a judge for those murder charges, and in the middle of the court hearing, tried to walk away. And you can bet Judge Daniel Ramstick there was not too happy about it.
I'm not interested in anything you have to say. I'm talking about your conduct. You don't walk away in the middle of a hearing. I'm going to see you on Tuesday in my courtroom for a contempt hearing, and I think it's time for you to grow up, and I think it's time for you to learn how to behave in a courtroom. Your conduct is despicable.
Judge was not too happy, to say the least. Investigators say Thompson and his girlfriend Shalaka Booker killed May Valerio and Naomi Trujillo at an apartment in Albuquerque back in April. Police say the 3 women got into an argument, then Thompson started shooting. Shalaka Booker also faces murder charges. And new this morning, former Public Regulation Commissioner Jerome Blanc Jr. is out of jail. Blanc was arrested again this weekend after state police say he violated his probation once again, this time for testing positive for alcohol. Now, you might remember back in March, Blanc could have gone to prison for more than 4.5 years, this after he already didn't follow his plea deal for breaking election laws, stealing taxpayer money, and other things.
This morning, the Corrections Department will start an audit on every prison inmate's record. This after a paperwork problem led to the early release of a serial burglar. Don Gutierrez was released on probation last December, 2.5 years before he was supposed to get out. Now, long after he was released, police say he was caught breaking into homes again. Prosecutors on the new case discovered that Gutierrez was not supposed to be out, and since then, wrong release dates have been found in the files of at least 2 more inmates. Officials have now ordered that an audit of all 6,000 inmates be done to make sure that every release date is right. This morning, the doors will officially open up for patients at a new hospital in Rio Rancho. The new UNM Sandoval Regional Medical Center will open up for patient care today at 9 a.m. The $189 million facility was completed earlier this month. It's a 72-bed hospital with state-of-the-art equipment and a full emergency trauma room. The hospital hopes to employ more than 300 people.
We now know Governor Susana Martinez's chief of staff will have to testify at a hearing for a corrections worker who got fired. A judge has ruled Keith Gardner here will have to testify in Larry Flynn's employment appeal. Last fall, investigators are trying to find out if Flynn fired a handgun at a rattlesnake nest outside the home he shared with Lupe Martinez, who was the corrections secretary at the time. And while all of this was going on, Flynn was already on paid leave, accused of lying on his time card. This morning, we know the 2 candidates here in New Mexico who are running for the U.S. Senate, Martin Heinrich and Heather Wilson, will debate each other right here on KRQE News 13. This debate is set for Thursday, October 11th at 6 o'clock. Again, right here on News 13, it's definitely going to be a tough race and very important debate. Heinrich and Wilson have already spent more than $4.5 million, and they still have almost 4 months to go until the election.